Is this an April Fool's joke? I'm actually doing a video on furry stuff. Well, actually, no. I know it's been a while, but it's been a combination of me being busy and not really putting in the effort of doing one of these. But got a lot of catching up to do. But here's where we'll start on what is going on with the furry events. Now, there has been a lot going on, and now there's some debate as to whether cons should be starting up in person again. And that's a debate that's still going on. But I do have some stuff to pass on, and I don't know if I can get it to here. So here's what we got. So right now it's been a mixed bag. As far as what has been going on, Japan Meeting of the Furries was canceled. Painted Desert Fur Con indefinitely postponed. I believe I mentioned this before. Further confusion did happen, but it was virtual only. Nordic FuzzCon postponed. First saying it's canceled. Furry Ski Weekend canceled. Anthro New England canceled. Sin City Mercon postponed. First Squared went virtual only. Fur Out West actually held their con. The first con that was actually held since Blue Ridge Fur Fair. And just... So yeah, they only had 165 attendees and raised $12,644 for Kanyana Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. So that's our actual first event that happened since Blue Ridge Fur Fair of last year. So just about a whole year, and we have a convention that was actually held. Now, as far as what's coming up, for Nexion, was supposed to be February, has now been postponed to December. Blue Ridge Fur Fair, I believe, has already been held. It was virtual only. Furthermore, it's going to be virtual, and they're going to hold it in late April. Texas Furry Fiesta was online. Vernal Equinox was online. Fawntastic canceled for this year. Confuzzled is going to go virtual only. Free Weekend Atlanta, I actually have their announcement right here, is that they will not have an in-person con, but they will go online. And yes, if you want to pause and read this whole letter from Furry Weekend Atlanta, you can read there. But they will hold an online event on May 7th to 8th, so that's next month. And they're making arrangements for that. Don't worry, I'll get to Anthrocon in just a minute. Wolf has been canceled. Furlandia has been canceled. I'll get to Biggest Little FurCon in just a moment. Fur A has been canceled. Says Fur canceled. Argentina Fur Fiesta has been canceled, but they will hold a virtual event in November. And Eurofurence has been canceled. Fur Reality has been canceled, and as mentioned before, FA United is no more. They have closed operations. So Anthrocon, they also made an announcement. They will not hold an event this year. And they are planning a virtual con this year, but they've yet to release information on that. But they are this is pretty standard. They've been telling everyone about those that did win hotel rooms at a charity auction, or those that have deferred memberships or dealerships. Those will be carried over to next year. Then we have some cons that are actually planning on coming back, and this is where some debate has been going on. One of those pretty much started with Megaplex, the con in Orlando, Florida. So they released this letter last month, and they said that they plan to announce registration on May 1st at noon, so that's next month. And the room block expected to be open on May 10th. They're still working to confirm that with the hotel. To make sure that they're prepared for the attendees, they're going to do pre-registration only. And this will allow them to handle registration more safely and efficiently. And registration for the in-person event will close on or before, depending on how many they can have safely, on July 12th. Now, as many in the States already know, or if I don't know, I can't predict the future as far as international. Florida has pretty much opened up a lot of their businesses, thanks to Santis. Even that has gotten a lot of debate on whether they should be opened up so much. Now we are near the point where everyone's going to get their vaccine. In fact, here in this state, we're going to get everyone available for vaccines on April 7th. In fact, I'm getting my second shot tomorrow, in which I had to talk to my doctor about the side effects, and it's more likely than not that I'm probably going to get some side effects there. In fact, there was a report saying that if you've not contracted the virus, there's about a 2 out of 3 chance there that you're probably going to get a side effect. The most common one is soreness in the arm, which did occur on my first dose, but it was really nothing. But the second dose, you can probably get a low-grade fever, chills, a headache, but pretty much for the most part, those will go over quickly. So this is really a small price to pay for protection from this virus. So don't be afraid of it. Just be prepared for it. I certainly am. But back to Megaplex. Now they do acknowledge that there's probably going to be some blowback over holding an in-person event. You see, the decision was made after long discussions with our board and our legal advisors regarding our contractual obligations, local and regional vaccination rates, and our ability to hold the event in a safe manner as possible. We are investigating with the hotel options to integrate online interactive components to allow those who are not able to attend an in-person event to participate at home as well. So what they're planning on is a hybrid model. They want to do both in person and online, which sort of happened before. There's different Furry Cons that have live stream before, but it wasn't really an interactive experience. It was just video shots of the main rooms. But we'll see how this goes. But I do trust that Megaplex will work hard to try to ensure everybody's safety. But yeah, the best way for you to protect yourself is get out there and get vaccinated. That is your best protection. Okay. Like I said, I can't predict the future as far as whether as far as anyone outside the States can come. As of right now, it's still a restriction, but again, I can't predict the future. But we'll see what happens. But we can expect a hybrid model from Megaplex. And then we have Furry Down Under. They made this announcement. So right now they're not gonna. No registrations will be sold for this year. Do not turn up hoping to buy one at the door. That's their words. Right now, their hotel is allowed to have 500 people in total in con space. That means that they can have 250 people per floor. So they got to monitor who's going in and out to make sure that they comply with that. Temperatures will be checked. It'll be asked to sign in via a QR code as per the current laws. They'll be checking. They'll be asking people to wear a mask in the dealer's den. Um, see, head dryers will not be set up in the headless lounge, as it is almost impossible to keep them sanitized. They're referring to fursuit heads. Yeah, if you don't own a fursuit and you haven't seen one of these before, there's these contraptions where they have a bunch of PVC piping they're attached to a blower, and they blow cool air into the heads, and it's often shared by many people in the headless lounge. So because that's a shared thing, and they're not quite ready for to get 100% back to normal, they're not going to have that this year. So you got to find an alternative way to cool your head, but they will still provide water. I assure you that. But they're going to have they're not going to be automatically rolling over registrations to next year unless you request it. So you got to make sure you send them a message if you want to defer it to next year. And you have until April 25th to do that. And then we have Biggest Little Fur Con. Now, this is the third time they have once again postponed their con. This time they're pretty much doing what they did last year. They postponed it to October 21st to 24th. And that's about a week before Halloween, so they'll pretty work out. See, late in the year, and just a week before Halloween, current projections falls well after a point in which most adults, including all of those planning to attend BLFC, will have access to vaccination, which, of course, will be the case for almost everybody this month. I know in this state they're going to give access to everybody, and there's a few more states that do plan that this month as well. As had been the case with prior schedule changes and continuing to be the case now, if you've had a reservation out of the block, you're responsible for modifying those reservations. If you've got a reservation in block, one that was done by their lottery, that should have already been done. You should have received an email. I already did. So you don't have to do anything with that. As far as registration, those will carry over to these new dates at the same registration level. And those who do not, who wish to have their registration refunded or not carried over, they may request a refund from their website. So, given how difficult it was, if you've skipped 2020 entirely and have made multiple postponements, all of us at BLFC would like to thank you for your patience, understanding, and support throughout this process. We're making this announcement of our October 21st, 24th dates almost exactly 1 year after Nevada went into lockdown in 2020. So yeah, by then, a lot of us should have already be vaccinated. So I would expect that BLFC will have their con in person in October. I would expect. So we'll keep an eye on that. A few other topics before I end this one off. Couple movies I want to talk about. Space Jam is having their reboot, this time featuring LeBron James. But the thing that's been getting the attention here is Lola. In the previous movie, there was criticism over the Lola character because that she was sexualized. Well, they've made some changes to her. And see, do we have it in this article? I know someone has it. But she's been going through a few changes as far as the character itself and the personality of her. Let's see. So, yeah, do we have a... yeah, that's the previous version from 1996. Uh, get the heck out of my way. I don't want your ads. Let's try this one. Okay, so yeah, that was the previous version. Now the new version, really, you don't have it here. Well, it's not giving us the entire look on here. Yeah, it does not want to cooperate with me today. Let's try this one. So there we go. So the one on the left is the one from 1996, and the one on the right is the one we have now. So I would expect that I think they have said that they're going to change the personality of Lola. They did in the Looney Tunes show, the one where they were living like normal people, not in the cartoons they've had back years ago. But we'll see where this one goes. But so far, yeah, I don't know where this one is going to go. Because like I said, I have seen the original one, and I mean, it was a thing. So that's all I can really say about it. Yeah, now just disclaimer, I'm not a basketball person. I don't really care about it. I'm a hockey guy, so. But I do know LeBron James. He's one of the most skilled and most popular players in the sport. And he's won championships. I do know that just because people keep talking about it. But there is a movie that I have watched, and that is Raya and the Last Dragon. This one was made by Disney, and I had no idea what I was going to be looking at with this movie. I have seen trailers of the movie, but I wasn't sure where this was going. I highly recommend this one. This is a great story on trust. This is pretty much what this movie is about. Yeah, 94% rating from critics, 87% from audiences. And who's acting in this one? The main character Raya is played by Kelly Marie Tran. And Sisu is voiced by Aquafina. I've heard of this actor before. It's like she got her own show, but I can't remember what it was. But I have heard that name before. But I love the design of the characters. Let's see if I can get the movie poster up here. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything about the why is the he's giving me problems today. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm not gonna spoil anything in this movie, but yeah, what I will say is that this is a great movie. You got to see this one. I wish Disney had made more original content like this. Great creativity and really compelling story. So if you got the chance, watch this movie. So that is pretty much all I got to run down on today. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that I could be talking about, but I only got so much time to do that as we're about to hit the 20-minute mark. But yeah, I haven't done any for events in a while just because I wanted to make sure everyone was safe. And like I said, I'm going to get my second shot tomorrow, and I'm just going to take the weekend and just take it easy. But hopefully I'll I'll start interacting with everyone very soon. But till then, I'll see you guys later.